What's going on? What's going on? Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. How y'all feeling tonight, y'all? I know it's Friday night. Y'all probably got a lot of things to do, y'all, a lot of places to be, but hey, you tapped in with me. So, yo, what's going on? Can y'all hear me? If y'all can hear me, just drop a one in the chat real quick. Just drop a one in the chat if you could hear me. If you can hear me, just drop a one in the chat real quick. I just want to make sure I'm coming out loud and clear. You feel me? All right, let's see. Dondria dropped the number one. I really hope I pronounced your name right. Belinda dropped the one. Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. Any more ones? Let me see the ones. If you can hear me, drop a one. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? I'm seeing IG going crazy, dropping a one. There we go. How y'all feeling tonight? If y'all ready for tonight's class, just y'all ready in the chat for me real quick, man. If y'all are ready for tonight's class, just got ready for tonight. We probably gonna be here for a little while, so I really hope y'all get cozy. We got a lot of information. We got a lot of things to go through. We got a lot of information. We got a lot of class to go through, y'all. Y'all ready? Can y'all just start ready in the class for me? I'm big on engagement. I want to talk to y'all. I want to hear y'all. I want to see y'all. You could. I'm not requiring cameras on, but it'd be nice if y'all have a camera on. You feel me? Y'all, my name is Brian Waldron. I'm super excited to be here with y'all. If y'all are tapped in with me, drop your name and your location in the chat for me real quick. Drop your name and drop your location because I'm shouting out everybody. And you know what? I want to do a giveaway tonight too. I want to do a giveaway. I want to give away some money. I want to give away some money. You know what I'm saying? You know it's a what type of time we on. I want to give away some money. I want to see who's moving fast tonight. I want to see who's going crazy. Let's see. I'm seeing Belinda from Chicago. Hey, Belinda from Chicago. What's going on? I'm seeing Jenna from New York. What's up? What's up? I'm seeing D from Dallas. I'm seeing Miami. Okay. I'm seeing Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. Okay. Okay. Let's see what else is going on. Yo, if you tap through me, just drop ready and just actually drop your location. Excuse me. Drop your location. I know a lot of people probably wondering, hey, is this even live? It's 7 p.m. EST on the East Coast. We out here. I'm seeing Elisa from Indianapolis, Indiana. Let's go. Okay. I'm seeing Cassandra. I'm seeing Cassandra from Florida. Let's go. Let's go. I'm super excited to be here with y'all, man. What's going on? So tonight we got a super dope class. We're gonna be talking about a lot of funding. So I want to show. Would it help anybody if I showed y'all how to get $50,000 in funding? Just drop yes in the chat if that's okay. Let's see. Let's see. I'm seeing Kiera from Detroit. I'm seeing Allentown, Pennsylvania. Okay. Let's see. Would it help if I showed everybody tonight how to get $50,000 in funding? That's light. That's light. Is that okay? Would it help everybody if on top of the $50,000 in funding, we turn that into $10,000 a month? Because you want income, right? We don't just want debt. We want income, right? Is that cool with everybody? Just drop yes in the chat for me if that's cool with everybody. What up, Miss Yasmin? What up, Miss Prieto? What up, what up, what up? Is that cool with y'all, man? Is that cool with y'all? So let me ask y'all this. I want to know what is the number one reason you are stuck? I'm just doing a quick temp check. What is the number one reason you are stuck? What's holding you back from $10,000 a month? What's holding you back from getting funding? What is holding you back? Is it the information? Is it the know-how? Is it fear? Is it procrastination? Resources? Okay. Okay. So is it okay if I if is it I'm seeing fear of success. I'm seeing my credit, fear, resources. Okay. The know-how, credit. Okay. I'm seeing a lot of different responses. The know-how. Okay. Okay. Is it system resources? Okay. Is it all right if I showed y'all the step-by-step process of how I got to where I am? Is it all right if I gave a little bit background in my story? Just to show y'all that it ain't that difficult. It ain't that scary. It ain't that fearful, right? Is it okay if I just share a little bit about my story? So for those who don't know, right? My mom came to this country from a small country named Guyana, right? Immigrant family. I'm a first class American. I'm sorry, not first class, excuse me. First generation American. You know what I'm saying? I'm a first generation American. Can anybody guess how much money my mom came to this country with? Just take a wild guess. Take a wild guess. How much money she came for anybody who is an immigrant, got parents that are immigrants, whatever the case may be, $222, 100, okay. $100 in their pocket. You got it. iPhone, what's your name? You got it. iPhone, what's your name? You got it. $100. iPhone, what's your name? Kelly. What up, Kelly? What up, Kelly? There we go. What up? $100 in her pocket, right? And I've literally this is my mom right here, y'all. For those who are wondering, this is my mom right here, right? You know what I'm saying? Big up Guyana, you know the vibes, right? Literally seen this woman work from the time she got here. So got an apartment in Brooklyn, was born in Brooklyn. Shout out BK. Anybody who's in Brooklyn, you know the vibes, right? Literally seen her work a $9 an hour job, raise a kid, and take care of an apartment. Do y'all know how difficult that is? I know some of y'all probably relate, like, yo, that's crazy. Literally off $9 an hour. $9 an hour, raising a kid, taking care of an apartment, trying to keep the household together, right? But one thing that I've always been instilled is hard work. Can somebody put hard work in the chat? Can somebody put hard work in the chat for me? So, mind you, growing up into this environment, I had nothing but respect for her. I had nothing but honor. So, literally, as I got older and my mom turns to me and she's just like, I want to retire. I don't want to work anymore. That's a different vibe. That's a different, like, do y'all know what I'm talking about? Who does I want everybody put in the chat right now, put WHY. Why? I want everybody to put why. WHY. That at that very moment became my why. At that very moment, that became my why. That became part of my testimony. That became part of my story. Because here's the thing, right? You can have all the information in the world, you can have all the resources. If you don't have a why in terms of why you are actually doing this, you are not going to get anywhere. So for everybody who's here right now, drop your why in the chat for me. Whether your why is your kids, whether your why is your parents, whether that why is you, whether you just want more money, you just want more opportunities, you just don't want to go ahead and just be struggling no more. What is that why? What is that thing that gets you up out of bed in the morning and tells you, hey, look, listen, I got to go harder? What is that thing that gets you up in the morning and says, hey, look, listen, I can't stop. Like, I don't feel like working today, but I got to go ahead and work, right? I have a whole class prepared for you guys tonight where we're going to be talking about funding. We're going to be talking about finding properties. We're going to talk about marketing and systems and social media. But here's the thing, right? Here's the thing, right? To be very, very direct with y'all, because I'll never tell y'all a lie. All the information will not change anything unless you know what you are doing it for. Am I right or am I wrong? Bible says all hard work brings a profit, but mere talk leads only to poverty. We can talk about it all we want here, there, and everywhere, whatever the case may be. But if we don't have a why in terms of why we're doing this work, guess what? We're not going to go anywhere, y'all. We are not going to go anywhere. Can I get an amen? Can I be a vessel to somebody tonight, y'all? Right? Like, how many people here have been feeling stuck? How many people here feel like they have had a glass ceiling? How many people here feel like, look, Brian, I'm trying. Like I'm trying, I want better for myself. I have a why, but I can't go from A to B right now. I'm at that point where I just feel stuck. Somebody put stuck in the chat for me. Somebody put stuck in the chat for me, y'all. Somebody put stuck in the chat for me, right? Like I want more for myself. I want more for my kids. I want more for my grandkids. I want more for myself. I want more for my parents. I'm tired of living check to check. I'm tired of waiting for this job. I'm tired of just feeling stuck. I want more. How many people here just want more? How many people here just feel like, look, listen, like enough is enough. Enough is enough. Like I want more for myself. Right? If that's you, just put me in the chat. This is like I said, I'm engaging with y'all. I'm talking to y'all because I want to know where it hurts. I want to know what is your motivation for even doing this, right? I want to pay off my mom's house. I want to pay off my mom's debt. I want to buy my mom a new car, right? I want to go ahead and put my kids through private school. All those different things. I want to know what that is. What does that look like? Is it all right if I tell you about what we got going on just a couple weeks, y'all? Is that cool? Is it cool if I share exactly what we got going on just a couple weeks, y'all? Is that cool with y'all? So literally in just a couple weeks, right? What we're gonna go ahead and do is we have the Find Fun Fill boot camp. Okay, somebody put boot camp in the chat for me. We have the Find Fund Fill boot camp where you get to spend 5 days live with myself and my entire team, right? Day one, we're going to be looking at spaces together. Day two, we're going to be funding properties together. Day three, we're going to be filling properties together. And day five, we're going to go ahead and operating properties together every single step of the way. Because when you tell me, hey, look, listen, Brian, I want more for myself. I don't want to be stuck. Well, guess what? Here's the bridge to unstuck. Here's the opportunity to unstuck. Here's the path to unstuck. So what we have is a 5-day live find, fund, and fill boot camp where you spend 5 days learning live one-on-one with myself and my entire team. Would that help anybody? Just drop yes or no in the chat. Would that help anybody? Would that help anybody get to the next level? Would that help anybody get unstuck? Would that help anybody put a window through that glass ceiling? Would that help anybody, y'all? Would that help anybody get to that next level where they need to be so they can be unstuck, y'all? So this is what I want to do, right? This is what I want to do before we go ahead and get into this class, right? Because I want to make sure that we go ahead and get to that next level. What I want to go ahead and do normally, and I didn't predict to talk about this or anything like that, but normally tickets, VIP tickets where you get your own one-on-ones with us, where you get access to the team and everything like that, they're normally $97. But what I want to do is I want to give 10 people 50% off because I want to make sure that anybody who wants to get unstuck has an opportunity to get unstuck. So this is what I'm going to do, right? I'm dropping the link in the chat. The link is myvenueprofit.com. You're going to go ahead and use code 50. I just dropped it in the chat. I just dropped it in the chat, right? Once you got your ticket, I want you to comment, got mine, okay? Just so I can shout you out. Just so I can shout you out and I know that you're serious, right? So it's myvenueprofit.com. Use code 50. Use code 50, right? So that's what I want. So once you got your ticket, I want you to comment got mine, right? But is it okay if I add a little value to add a little bit more value tonight before we jump into the class? Is it okay if I give everybody my 3-step framework to get unstuck tonight? And I don't want to interrupt anybody who's working on that link. Again, that's myvenueprofit.com. Use code 50. Once you got your ticket, just comment got mine and I'll shout you out real quick, right? I want to shout out all my people who's moving fast, right? YouTube, let me give you guys the link. I'm gonna put that over here, right here. Boom, pin message. There you go. There you go. It's not coming up. Oh, my fault, y'all. I got a typo. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I was typing too fast. I was typing too fast. I just like to move fast, y'all. There we go. Boom. There we go. Got the link. There we go. Use code 50. Oh, I so appreciate you. I so appreciate you. There we go. My fault, y'all. I was moving fast. There we go. Got the right link. So I want to see everybody in that Telegram. I want to see everybody in that Telegram group. I want to see everybody in that group. But like I said, I want to go ahead and give a framework as well, right? When y'all got your ticket, just comment got mine. When you got your ticket, just comment got mine so I can shout you out real quick right there. But is it okay if I share with y'all a framework that has helped myself as well as 100 other of my associates move past this glass ceiling before we get into this class? Y'all cool? Y'all cool with it? Mackenzie said, got mine. Let's go. Let's go. She not playing around, or he not playing around. My apologies if you know what I'm saying. I don't want to assume. You feel me? All right. She. There we go. All right. I was right. You know what I'm saying? There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Once y'all got your ticket, just comment got mine, right? So is it cool if I share that framework, y'all? Is it cool if I share that framework real quick, y'all? It's called Wake, Work, Win. Can somebody put wake in the chat for me? It's called Wake, Work, Win. That is my framework. That is the framework that's going to help y'all get unstuck before we even get into this class, right? The number one thing that I want y'all to do, Mecca said, got mine, let's go. She not playing about it. She not playing about it. Once y'all got your ticket, just comment got mine in the chat real quick. I'm going to drop that link for y'all again, right? I can't wait to see y'all in this boot camp. This boot camp. And here's the thing, right? Before I even step off that boot camp for a second, you are going to unlock more transformation in that boot camp than you in those 5 days of that boot camp than you probably have in the last 5 weeks. That is my promise to you. You will unlock more transformation in that boot camp in those 5 days that you probably have seen the last 5 weeks. And you know how I know that for sure? You know how I know that for sure? You know how I know somebody's serious about their goals? They look at two things. We look at their bank account, we look at their calendar. Calendar to see how much time they've invested into it, bank account to see how much money they've invested into it. That's how you know. So if I can ask a direct question to everybody right now, right? If your family took a look at your bank account, your calendar, would they say that you were serious about your goals? Yes or no? If your family took a look at your bank account and your calendar, would they believe that you were serious about your goals? Mecca said, no, I appreciate the honesty. I appreciate the honesty. Simona said, yep, okay. 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 Say no more. Say no more. I got 2 responses. Let's see who else. Would your family think that you are serious about your goals? Elisa said no. Okay. My Bears got mine. Let's go. She in the room. She in the room. She in the room. Let's go. Number 24, you gotta change your name on Zoom. But he said yeah. He or she said yeah. Okay. So we got 50-50, right? We got 50-50, right? For everybody who said no, this is your opportunity to change that. This is your opportunity to start fresh. Like we don't gotta look at the rest of 2025. We don't gotta look at the rest of 2025. Okay, cool. There's $97 tickets, 50% off. Yes, ma'am. Just use code 50. Use code 50, right? So here's the thing, right? Came in halfway. Is the boot camp online for the 5 days? Yes, ma'am. Or yes, sir. Sorry, I don't want to assume, right? So here's the thing, right? If your family took a look at your bank account, look at your calendar, and they would not think that you are serious about your goals, this is your opportunity to change that, right? We can put all the first 3 quarters of 2025 in the past. We can put like this is your opportunity to start fresh. This is your opportunity to turn a new chapter. If you absolutely BS'd all of 2025, okay, cool. This is your opportunity. This is your opportunity to go ahead and switch it out. Kim said in, let's get it. Let's get it. Right? This is your opportunity to turn that page, right? It's kind of like, not to use an extreme example, but it's kind of like, okay, cool. Like if a guy cheats or a woman cheats or whatever case may be, okay, cool, that's the past. Are you going to take that into the new you? Is that the new you? No. Okay, if you've been a procrastinator all your life, okay, cool. This is your opportunity to be the new you. If you've been fearful all your life, this is your opportunity to be the new you, right? I want to go to this framework real quick. It's called wake, work, win, right? The first step is awake, right? A lot of times we got to wake up to our purpose. I asked a very, very straightforward question where I was just like, you know what? I want to know let's see, Denise got my ticket. Let's get it. Let's get it. I asked a very straightforward question where I was just like, okay, cool. You know what? I want to see who feels stuck, who feels unstuck. Is it all right if I share a Bible story with y'all tonight? Is it all right if I do that? I only want to do that if I could do that with y'all. Is it all right if I share a Bible story with y'all that'll just kind of maybe help me illustrate the point just a little bit? Just drop yes in the chat if that's cool. All right, I got approval. I got approval. I didn't want to just jump in here, you know what I'm saying, start getting preachy if y'all said no. You feel me? Right? So it's a story of Samuel and Eli. It's a story of anybody familiar with this story? Story of Samuel and Eli? I'll talk about it anyway, right? So Samuel was a boy serving under Eli, and then eventually one night while he's sleeping, he's hearing his name being called. Samuel, 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 right? So this whole time, he's thinking it's Eli, but he doesn't even realize it is the voice of God. So what happens next, right? Eventually, Eli goes to Samuel and he says, if he calls again, say, speak, Lord, for your servant is listening. That was Samuel's wake up moment. That was the opportunity for his destiny and his opportunities to change. Why is this so important though? Because here's the thing, right? A lot of us are listening to other people when we need to be listening to the universe when the universe is the one that crafted our plans for us. Am I right or am I wrong? You listen to he, she, they, and everybody else when they weren't the one that carved out the plan for you. They were not the one who you prayed to for an opportunity. You listening and looking at everybody else when God himself is trying to get your attention. Am I right or am I wrong? We can't move through life on autopilot and mistake his call for background noise. Am I right or am I wrong? Everybody quiet now. Everybody, I'm not trying to clock nobody's tea, but I'm just saying when he calls, you gotta listen. When you finally say, speak, I'm listening, that's when things change. Am I right or am I wrong? Bible says the hour has already come for you to wake up from your slumber. Some of y'all been sleeping. Don't shoot the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. But some of y'all been sleeping. What are we talking about? It's 2025 and we look and it's 2025 and we're like, oh my God, I've been BSing all 2025. Okay, cool. Understood. But there's still a quarter left. There's still 3 months left. There is still an opportunity to get the train back on the track. Am I right or am I wrong? You have the opportunity to learn for 5 days. Kara said, got my ticket. Let's go. Let's go. And everybody who just got their ticket, make sure you go and jump in the Telegram chat immediately. You're gonna get a text message that says, "Hey, jump into the Telegram chat. Jump in the Telegram chat because we got a lot of people ready." You know what I'm saying? My code 50 is not working. Use code live. Use code live too. Demia said, "Got mine. Let's go. Let's go." Right? Jennifer, use code live too. Live might work. LIVE. Right? So if I understand that all 2025, okay, it's in the past. It is what it is. It happened. It happened. I didn't do what I was supposed to do. But now you have a new opportunity. Now you have a new leaf. It's kind of like when your girl give you a new chance or your man's give you a new chance. It's like, okay, cool. This is my opportunity to prove that I'm not the person that they said I was. Right? Some people not even lazy. They just living life on autopilot. This is your call to wake up. This is your call to get into the room and make a difference. Somebody come and make a difference, right? So here's the second part of the framework, right? Once we've woken up from our slumber, once we said, "Hey, look, listen, God, I'm going to come out and I'm going to listen. You have my ear. Take it and go ahead and spill the plan that you have asked for me." Now comes the work. Now comes the work. Somebody put work in the chat for me. Somebody put work in the chat for me. Okay, some people work in the chat for me, right? Book of Genesis. The book of Genesis, one of the stories that everybody knows, right? Noah and the ark, right? When God told Noah to build an ark because a flood was coming, did Noah hesitate? Yes or no? When God told Noah that a flood was coming, did Noah give God back talk? When God told Noah to build an ark to save his humanity, did he say, "I got to think about it"? No. No, he didn't stall. He didn't debate. He didn't think. He didn't him. He didn't haw. He didn't give no back talk. He just moved. He just moved. And because of that, because he started cutting wood, because he started hammering, because he started building, because he started moving, because he put faith into action for something he couldn't even fully understand yet, what happened? He was saved. He was saved. His family was saved. Humanity was saved. He was saved. I don't know about y'all, but I don't want to be here when the flood comes. How many times do we gotta miss opportunities and gotta look back and be like, damn, there goes another opportunity? How many people here, just drop me in the chat, honest question. How many people here felt like you missed out on an opportunity in 2025? One, two, three, or four, or five opportunities, who knows? Just put me in the chat. How many people here felt like you missed out on an opportunity? You had the opportunity to move forward. You had an opportunity to go ahead and advance your family. You had an opportunity to be the one that changes the course of action in your lineage. God don't bless potential. He blesses action. We can have the belief. We can have the manifestation. We can have the idea. We can have the plan. But without the action, we are nothing. We would have drowned in the flood. Got my ticket. Let's go. You should join us on Zoom. Come on Zoom. DM me the word class. Right? What are we doing? What are we doing? Right? We can't pray about it and then play about it. Some of y'all waiting for the miracle when God already gave you the blueprint. He brought you here. What are we talking about? He brought you here. He gave you the blueprint. He gave you the opportunity. He gave you the stepping stones. All you got to do is walk up. All you got to do is walk up. All you got to do is pick up the hammer. All you got to do is do the work. That's where the blessing shows up. Bible says all hard work brings a profit, but mere talk leads only to poverty. Can I get an amen? I need some water after that. Can I get an amen? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? You can't just want it. You can't just think about it. You gotta be about it. I want to get to this class because I want to break down all these different steps for y'all and things of that nature. But I want to make sure that when y'all got this information, you are taking it and running with it, y'all. Because the third step after we woke it up and after we work for it is we time to win. Here's the thing, right? Delayed obedience is just another word for disobedience, right? And the reward comes after obedience. Helen said, got my ticket. Let's go. We're not playing about it, right? Everybody knows the story of David and Goliath, right? David is a shepherd boy. He ain't not got no fighting skills. He's not military. He's not army. He's not John Wick, right? Right? He's not Jason Statham. He's not The Rock. He wasn't the strongest. He wasn't the most trained. But guess what? What did he do that others didn't? He stepped forward. He took action. Here's the thing, right? Here's the sad part about it. Well, depending on which way you look at it, the great part about it, there are people dumber than you who are going to be more successful than you simply because they took action. Look at that however you want to look at it. Look at it as a blessing or a curse. Look at it as an opportunity or as a drawback. There are people dumber than you who will become more successful simply because they don't want to go ahead and try to figure it out on their own. They're going to find somebody who got it already, right? So if David, while all the other Israel soldiers are running and ducking and hiding from a 9-foot giant named Goliath, and then this shepherd boy steps forward and with a sling and a stone knocks out the giant, what does that mean? Here's the thing, right? Your giant may not be 9 feet tall. Your giant's probably fear. Your giant's probably dead. Your giant is probably self-doubt or procrastination. But here's the thing, right? The minute you put all that stuff to the side, that's when we go ahead and get to the bag. That's when we go ahead and step out. You think people didn't tell me, oh, Brian, that event-based business, why are you going ahead and doing that? It's dangerous in Brooklyn. It's expensive in Brooklyn. It's ghetto in Brooklyn. Okay, cool. And I'm gonna still find a way. Became the first venue to do $100,000 in a month. First venue. First venue to do $100,000 in a month. Why? Because I ran to it while other people run from it. It's that simple. Bible says run in such a way as to get the prize, right? I'm not, you can't ask for this blessing and then run from it. That's not how this works. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? So with that being said, join us for this live boot camp. Join us for the Find Fun Fill boot camp, where together we are going to build this business. Together, we are going to work on getting funding. Together, we are going to find spaces together. Together, we are going to go ahead and fill the property, right? All 5 days live with us, right? So all you got to do, again, go to myvenueprofit.com and use code 50. But are y'all ready for this class? Y'all ready to get into it? I'm ready to get into it if y'all ready to get into it. We got a lot of things to talk about tonight, y'all. We got a lot of things to talk about tonight, and I just want to make sure that y'all understand it. Because what my goal tonight is to give y'all so much value that you cannot help but imagine what literally 5 days together is going to be. Just the number 50. That's correct. That's correct, right? That's correct. My goal tonight is to give y'all so much value. Hold on, myvenueprofit.com, use code 50. Yeah, just use code 50. Yep. My goal is to give y'all so much value that you literally are going to look at those 5 days together like, I gotta do this, right? Anyway, let's get ahead, right? So, $50,000 in funding, yes? Just drop yes in the chat. Just drop yes in the chat. You want $50,000 in funding? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, right? Just drop yes in the chat. We got so much to go through, okay? So, with that being said, who knows what the credit pie is? Who knows what the credit pie is, right? Cool. So I'm not going to spend too much time talking about that because we have a lot of other things to talk about, right? But for those who don't know, the credit pie is essentially what makes up your credit profile, right? A lot of people think that the credit score is what matters when it's really the credit profile, right? How many people have looked at their credit report in the last 30 days? Drop yes or no. How many people have looked at their credit report in the last 30 days? Drop yes or no. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of yeses. I like that. No. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of yeses. Beautiful, 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 right? So if you have anything under a 680 almost every day, okay, if you have anything under a 680 credit score, it's typically pretty easy to see why, right? And just take a look at your credit report, right? I typically like to look at Experian.com because why not get my credit information directly from the bureaus, right? So with that being said, there's only 5 things that can negatively impact your credit score, right? You've got new credit, which is inquiries. You've got credit mix, which is the mix and the type of credit that you have available to you, utilization, payment history, and age. Those 5 things, right? And I'm kind of, the only reason I'm kind of speeding past that part is because a lot of people said yes. If you don't know what the credit pie is, make sure you say no, because my speed is dependent on how much y'all know. I don't want to go over anything that you guys don't know. Okay, I don't know. Okay, cool. So let's get into it, right? So 5 pieces of credit. Why is this so important? Because we want to understand why our credit score might be the credit score that we have so we can start fixing it, right? I can't fix something that I don't understand, right? If my check engine light comes into my car, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it to a mechanic so they can hook up that little thingy and then I can go ahead and see what is wrong. Make sense? If that makes sense, just drop make sense in the chat, okay? So with that being said, right, how do all these things impact us, right? Well, with credit, right, sorry, with new credit, with inquiries, typically what you want to do is you don't want more than 4 inquiries on your credit report in the last 6 months. Now, here's the great thing about that, right? Any inquiry that's not attached to an open account can be removed. Brian, what do you mean by that? Well, that credit card that you got declined for, right? That's not an open account. So you can call the credit bureaus and say, hey, what is this? I didn't open up this card. Can you please remove this inquiry off my account? Cool. Say no more. They'll take it off 24 to 48 hours. Right? Knowing this, I can go ahead. Does that help anybody? I don't know if anybody that helps anybody. Just please take that and run with it, right? So okay, Brian, so you're saying that any inquiry that's not attached to an open account, I can go ahead and get removed? Yes. So if you have 10, 15, 20, 30 inquiries or whatever the case may be, Jennifer said, I'm in, let's go. Let's go, right? So with that being said, okay, cool. Now I can go ahead and get these removed, right? Yes, but what about, and I'm gonna answer questions towards the end. Don't worry about it, guys. So if I miss your question, please don't hang me. If it comes into a vehicle, right? That's why one of the best things when it comes to getting a vehicle is to have a pre-authorization before you even step into the dealership. Because what's the dealership going to do? They're going to run your credit through the mud to 20, 30 different places. Okay? That's not what we want. We don't want that. You feel me? Cool. So when it comes down to credit mix, okay, credit mix, well, we want to have a nice diversity in our credit profile. So with that being said, what I want to go ahead and do is obviously I have my regular credit cards, I have my loans and things of that nature. But now, did y'all know that y'all can report your rent to your credit profile? Did you know that you can use a website like Rent Reporters to do that? You can use a website like eCredible to report your utilities, to report your Netflix subscription, those same things that went ahead and that you've been paying all this time, whatever. Why not add that into the credit mix for your credit profile and build some history there, right? Which ties into your age, right? On average, you want an average of about 4 years of history on your credit profile. But Brian, I just opened up my credit report, my credit card this year. How am I going to get age? Well, you've been paying rent to your landlord for the past 10 years. Why don't we use that? Right? You've been paying your student loans on. Why don't we use that? You've been paying your utility bills. Why don't we use that? So with that being said, you want to understand these different things that are available to you so you can use them to your advantage. Can somebody drop advantage in the chat? Can somebody drop advantage in the chat? I want to go ahead and use that to my advantage, right? Cool. Payment history, 30 to 35% of your credit profile, right? We all want 100% on-time payment history. Sign up, but didn't see where to enter the code 50. It was a little discount code, but you're in anyway, so that's all that matters. Let's get it, let's go, right? So with that being said, we want to make sure that we have a 100% on-time payment history. But Brian, I have late payments, I have collections, I have charge-offs, I have derogatories. What do I do? Don't worry, I got you. Anybody got derogatories on their credit profile? Hey, step forward and say your piece. You feel me? It's okay. It's okay. I've been there. I know. I've been there. COVID had a lot of people messed up, right? COVID had a lot of people messed up. You feel me? Right? A couple? Fair. Fair. Don't worry. I'm going to give you guys something in just a second where you're going to go ahead and utilize that with artificial intelligence, right? Cool. Right? So now, utilization. Utilization, the last thing, the biggest thing, the big hurdle that holds a lot of people back, right? Utilization. So now with that being said, ideally, I know a lot of people talk about, oh, you want to be below 30%. Ideally, you want to be below 10. I know. Wait, but Brian, like, why am I getting penalized for using my credit? Well, because if the banks see that you really need this money, they don't like that. Okay? How many people know what a reporting date is? Y'all know the difference between a reporting date and a due date? I feel like everybody should know this. I just want to do a temp check of the room. Everybody know the difference between a reporting date and a due date? Whew. So, with that being said, right? So, what is a reporting date? Well, just like the name states, a reporting date is when the bank reports the amount of utilization that you have on your credit profile. So, what does that mean, right? Say, for example, I don't have a card on me. Say, for example, I have a $10,000 American Express Blue Business Cash. Write that one down, right? I'll talk about that in just a second, okay? I have a $10,000 American Express Blue Business Cash. Well, my due date is on the 1st, but that reporting date might be on the 5th. So what does that mean, right? That means that the bank wants their money by the 1st. Okay, cool. But on the 5th is when they actually let the bureaus know that it's paid off. What does this mean for you? Well, it means that if you paid that credit card down by the 1st, you go and buy a plasma screen TV for $3,000 on the 3rd. Well, you just brought back up your utilization before the 5th when they actually report it. So this is what you do. This is what you guys do. Okay. I want y'all to take notes on this, right? I want you to go to every single one of your credit cards and number one, call them and find out the reporting dates. Okay. You're going to put that in your calendar. I've been doing this for years. Number two, you're going to go to all your credit cards and you're going to put the minimum payment auto pay on the due date, right? So every due date, I'm gonna go ahead and put the minimum payment. Cool, because I don't want a late payment, right? That's 35% of my credit profile, right? So with that being said, now I am going to have my minimum payment come out on the due date, and I have it on my calendar for the rest to be paid on my reporting date or a day before. I like to do a day before the reporting date. Does that make sense to everybody? Just drop yes in the chat, drop some fireballs, drop a rocket ship emoji, drop something. I just want to know that I'm talking to somebody. You feel me? I want to know that y'all got a pulse. Let's get it. Mm-hmm. 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 So, with that being said, now it's like, okay, cool, Brian, like I can do that with I can go ahead and apply, I can go ahead and pay for these different cards or whatever the case may be. Can you repeat that? Absolutely. Absolutely, my love. Absolutely, my heart. I got you. So with that being said, right, I overstand. He doesn't understand, he overstands, right? So with that being said, what you're gonna do is number one, you're gonna find out the reporting date on all your credit cards. Cool, quick call. Number two, you're going to go ahead and put the minimum payment due on the due date. So every single month, the minimum payment is going to get drafted on the due date so that you don't get a late payment because we cannot afford to get those, right? Three, what you're going to go ahead and do is you're going to put that reporting date on your calendar and then you're going to pay off the credit card the day before. Okay? That way we can go ahead and have 0% utilization, right? We can talk about some other ways to go ahead and reduce utilization and things of that nature. But that's what we have the boot camp for. So for those who just recently joined, we have a 5-day boot camp coming up on October 6th to October 10th, just a couple weeks away. Definitely go ahead and get your ticket. We're spending 5 days live together where you're going to be able to go ahead and learn how to find your first space, find your first space with us, fund your first space with us, and fill it. And it's all live and it's all one-on-one through our portal, right? So all you got to do is go to myvenueprofit.com. I think we have a couple 50% off tickets left. I think we might have two or three. 50% off tickets left. Go to myvenueprofit.com, use code 50. If code 50 doesn't work, then I'm sorry, the 10 tickets ran out. If it does work, then you're good to go. Cool. So next, what we have to do, right? What do we have to do, right? So with that being said, some people just mentioned, hey, Brian, like I have derogatories, I have collections, I have student loans, I have bankruptcy maybe, right? I've got late payments, right? What do I do in these situations? Okay, now we're talking about credit repair here, right? What do we do in those type of situations? Well, there's a couple different ways we can do it, right? And there's really three of the most common ways. We have consumer law, we have factual disputing, and we have Metro 2. Let's talk about all of them, right? Consumer law is essentially when you use the Fair Credit Reporting Act to go ahead and sue the bureaus for inconsistent or incorrect information on your credit that's furnished on your credit report. Cool. Why is this good? Why is this bad? Well, to actually get a consumer law attorney, it's very expensive. To actually quote it yourself is very time consuming and probably doesn't work that much because neither of us are attorneys, right? So that leaves us with having a go and consult an attorney, which could easily be $3,000. I don't got $3,000 to pay an attorney. Cool. Number two, right? Factual disputing. Well, factual disputing is when I could just go ahead on a website like Credit Repair Cloud or go on a website or go on ChatGPT and say, hey, look, listen, can you quote Fair Credit Reporting Act for me? I go ahead and send my letters. It comes back in 30 days. They send not a denial letter. They send what's the word? A delay letter or whatever the case may be. And I'm doing this rigor removal situation every single time. All right. Who would rather do this the easy way with artificial intelligence? Just put me in the chat. iPhone said, got mine. Let's get it. Let's get it. Who would rather just do that, right? So, one of the easiest ways that we've learned, and again, we are event space elites, we are not a credit repair company, but we've seen stuff that works and works really, really well, right? So, for anybody here who has derogatories, anybody here who has negative items on their credit profile, anybody here who does that, well, one of the strongest things that we've utilized is something called Metro 2. Has anybody heard of Metro 2 before? Has anybody heard of Metro 2? So what that basically looks like, and I'll log into my portal so I can show you guys that even I do. I use it myself, right? So what that actually looks like. Whoop. Here we go. Da 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 da. Let's go ahead and I'm actually going to show you guys. Bada bing, bada boom. Cool. Let me show you guys. Yes, but never use it. No, no, no. Okay, cool. All good. Get started. Here we go. FAQ. Here we go. I want to go ahead and show you guys exactly what this looks like, right? Boop, boop, boop. So you guys could go ahead and do this, right? All right, perfect. So with that being said, so for a lot of people, right, Measure 2 might sound a little bit complicated or whatever, but it's actually pretty easy, right? So I'm actually gonna go ahead and share my screen real quick. We've used Metro 2 before. You see, that's my name right here. I have my own portal, all that good stuff, and whatever the case may be. And it's super easy to do. What you're doing is essentially attacking the negative items, right? So you know the same way that chemotherapy attacks cancer cells to eradicate the cancer cells in the body. Well, Metro 2 does the same exact thing. So with Metro 2, what it goes ahead and does, let me just turn the volume, but I'll play this for you guys, right? So what Metro 2 actually does is that it analyzes your credit report and it utilizes Metro 2 language to go ahead and fight off the negative items. So what we've seen is that a lot of these negative items have come off of clients' credit reports anywhere from 30 to 90 days. Now imagine paying $100 for a subscription versus going and paying a consumer law attorney $3,000, right? So, and again, this isn't me hard selling this. This is just me showing you guys something that has worked for us in the past, right? So what I'm gonna go ahead and do, if anybody wants to go ahead and use it, stall letter. Thank you so much. That's what I was talking about, right? So the name of the website is m2rapidrepairai.com. Again, this is the website that we have utilized. It does require a subscription, but it's a lot more affordable than paying a credit repair company, consumer law attorney, and it's just what we've seen work. So this is just me sharing with y'all where it works. Try it out, go for it, and let me know how it works for you too. But we've seen that work for a lot of our clients and things of that nature. So that's why I only want to give y'all what's worked for us in the past, right? Cool. Who knows what a funding sequence is? Do y'all have the link? Y'all park that link somewhere, keep it, because once the Zoom goes off, it's going to disappear. So take that link, log in, keep that stuff, whatever the case may be, right? Who knows what a funding sequence is? No clue. I appreciate the honesty. Okay, 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 okay. So no, 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 no. Okay, cool, cool, cool. So a funding. So has anybody ever tried to get funding here on their own? Just put yes or no in the chat. I'm asking questions because I want to see the temperature in the room, right? Temperature's rising. And I'm fantasizing about giving it to you. All right, let me stop. Let me stop. Okay, so when you are going for funding, what you want to do is you want to do something called a funding sequence, which essentially is you are going and applying for different cards or different loans or whatever the case may be in a certain meticulous fashion that makes sense, right? Instead of you just going willy-nilly, pa, 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 applying for a whole bunch of cards, you go and apply in a way that makes sense. Why is this important? Well, every single card pulls from a different bureau, right? Every single card pulls from a different bureau. Some pull from Experian, some pull from Equifax, some pull from TransUnion. Why is this important? Well, because if you know that, you can go ahead and apply for multiple cards at the same time. Y'all feel me? Cool. So this is an example of a funding sequence. Can I give you guys an example of a funding sequence that you guys could use right here, right now? Just drop yes or no in the chat. My goal here, like I said, my selfish goal here is to give y'all so much value that you want to join us in this 5-day boot camp. Because if this hour was good, imagine 5 of them. You feel me, right? So this is called credit card stacking, right? You want to go from good cards to great cards to God level cards. Okay. So number one, what we're gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna go to self lender, and we're gonna get 2 secured credit cards, right? You're gonna get 2 with no hard inquiry, okay? Number 2, you're gonna get the Capital One Quicksilver or the Discover Cashback. Me personally, I would go with Discover because Capital One, sometimes they pull from each and every bureau and then it messes you up with inquiries. So I'd probably go with Discover, right? Rex said, got my ticket. Let's go, bro. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Make sure everybody joins the Telegram. Telegram. Right? Cool. So now, once I've got my Discover Cashback or my Capital One Quicksilver, now I'm going to go over to Navy Federal and get the green or the blue card. Pulls TransUnion. So you see what we did there? We got 1 card Experian, 1 card TransUnion, 1 card Equifax. Okay? So now, with this being said, and I just thought of something. I'm giving away some money at the end of this class. I want to give away some money. Can I give away some money, y'all? I want to give away some money. So at the end of this class, I want to give away some money. So I'm gonna tell you what to do. I haven't thought about it yet, but I'm gonna give away some money. Actually, I don't want to forget, so I'm actually gonna put it. I want to put it in my notes. I'm gonna put away some notes. Give away some money. Cool. Temperatures rising. All right, cool. So I know y'all taking notes, which is probably why y'all not chatting in the chat. Remember, Sandra said she'll remind me. I appreciate you, Sandra. I appreciate you. All right. Why did this pop-up come up? Nelsie said, got my ticket. Let's get it. 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 All right, boom. So now we have the Navy Federal green or blue. What did you say to apply with Navy Federal green or blue? Green or blue, right? Next, and if y'all see me, because I have the whole stack on my notes, so that's why I'm looking over here, right? So now I got the Navy Federal green or blue. I'm gonna hold over to Amex. I'm gonna go over to Amex and get the everyday. Derek said, got my ticket. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. So now I'm gonna get the American Express Everyday Personal Card. Have that card myself. That was one of my first credit cards. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Okay. Next, what I'm gonna go ahead and do. Now it's time to switch to business. Now this is typically what I'm gonna go ahead and do. Typically what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna wait a little bit before I go over to business. I'd probably wait 60 to 90 days. You could get a lot of money on the personal side. Okay. You want to let these things kind of mature because if you jump straight into business, you can kind of shoot yourself in the foot. Okay. Now, with that being said, somebody already asked, is this training being recorded? It is not. So definitely take really good notes, right? However, on the boot camp that we do, that all that's going to be recorded. How do you get a ticket? Here, I got you right now. myvenueprofit.com. Use code 50. There we go. You can just grab your ticket. If the 50% works, then you're good. Cool. All right. So now switching over to business side, right? Y'all ready for business? Y'all ready for business? Cool. Right. Now I'm going to go with Key Bank or a Citizens Bank. Now these are local banks, y'all. What does that mean? What is a local bank, right? A local bank means it's not in every single state. So with that being said, since it's not in every state, I might go with a Truist. I might go with an M&T Bank. Okay. I might go with one of those, right? Now, what's even more important, which we're not going to have the time to talk about this too much, but what's even more important, well, I'll talk about that in a second. I don't want to get ahead of myself, right? So, okay, cool. Now, with that being said, business credit cards, that's a business credit card that you can get no hard inquiry. Cool. Next, I'm gonna go over back to Navy Federal, get the Navy Federal Platinum. After that, you want to go with American Express Gold, Platinum, or Blue Business. Shop Jesse Girl said, I'm in. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it. Right? What is the link for the M2 credit repair? It is m2rapidrepairai.com. I just put that in the chat for you, right? So now, once I'm done with the Navy Federal Platinum, I'm going to double dip back into Amex, and I'm going to get the Amex Gold, Platinum, or Blue Business. Now, here's the thing. Well, this is why I say double dip. You can actually even triple dip, right? You can get multiple cards with one inquiry, right? So you can go ahead and get Gold, Platinum, and Blue Business all at the same time, right? Typically, they'll start you off with a no preset spending limit. If you mess up and you start to act wacky, they will put a spending limit on you. So just keep that in mind, right? Don't think that it's no preset spending limit. You can go out here, ball out at Birkin Hermes or whatever the case may be. We don't want to do that. Cool. So now, what are some common mistakes that people run into when they're going through a funding sequence? This is important, right? So number one is not putting the appropriate business revenue, right? There are some credit card applications that are going to say projected. There are some that are going to say actual, right? So there are some that are going to ask for docs. So with that being said, you want to understand when and how much to put the appropriate business revenue, okay? Number two, a big mistake that people make is not setting up the credit profile the right way. We just talked about the credit profile, right? We talked about the inquiry. We just talked about the payment history, right? We talked about the age and things of that nature. If you go ahead if you go ahead and you start, good afternoon, what up? If you go ahead and start applying for these cards, but your credit profile is set up in the right way, you're gonna get denied, right? Next, what the next thing is not asking for a reconsideration. So there are a lot of times where one, you might get denied, or two, you might get a really low limit, and people are not even asking for reconsideration. Why are you not asking for reconsideration? You got a low limit, call that bank and tell them, hey, can I speak to the reconsideration department? Don't just take that limit. Don't just accept that. Fight back. Stand up. Stand up right now. You know what I mean? Right? Next, reapplying too soon. Thank you. Next thing is reapplying too soon, right? A lot of people, I don't understand why. A lot of people, they go ahead and they just, okay, cool, I got denied. I'm going to reply right away, right? You're going to get something called a denial letter. And you're going to get in probably about 7 to 10 days. You have to see what happened. Why did they deny you in the first place? If you keep reapplying without knowing these different things, well, guess what? You're going to rack up inquiries. That doesn't make any sense. Why would I do that? Okay. Next, not reviewing well, we talked about that, not reviewing the credit profile. I'm actually going to go ahead and delete that. Applying for too many cards at the same time or not applying in the right order. This goes back to funding sequence that we just talked about, right? Not paying attention to reporting cycles. This is a big one. Tracy said, I have my ticket. Let's go. Big Tracy, not the little one, right? Applying for too many cards at the same time or not applying under inconsistent information. This is big, right? You have this EIN with that business name, with that revenue, with this, that, and the third, whatever the case may be. That doesn't make any sense, and it's probably gonna get you into jail. So don't do that, right? So using the wrong funding vehicle, that's a big one, right? When to go personal, when to go business, right? So a big thing that we do now is I understand that going through funding sequences and whatnot can be a little bit daunting. It can be a little bit scary. So what we go ahead and do now, let me actually boop, 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 boop. You have to put your own money up for the credit cards you're speaking of. No, you do not. That's not the way a credit card works. No. Cool. So is there anybody here who has a 680 or higher? Who's like is trying to actively look for funding? Just put yes or no in the chat. All right. Well, if that's you, I think my team can help, right? We do have a done for you funding department. So if you're just not too sure about how to go about that with the funding sequence and whatnot, I'm gonna drop a link for you to just book a quick call, right? Let me go ahead and put that in the chat for you guys. So you can book a call real quick. If you have a 680 or higher and you want to do some funding and you're just not too sure how to go ahead and go about it, book a call right there. You'll speak to a live credit specialist who's funded well over $15 million in personal and business funding. So book a link, book a call right there. There's supposed to be an application and stuff like that, but hey, whatever. We here, we all family. But park that link somewhere, book a call, and we'll see if we can help you. We'll see if we can even get you some funding. Or if not, then let me go ahead and put that right here for you. Um, there you go. Done for your funding sequence. I'm sorry you can't copy it or whatever, but if shop Jesse girls, if you want, DM me and I'll send it to you directly so that you could just copy and paste it, right? But cool. So yeah, y'all park that link somewhere and let's go ahead and go about it, right? Cool. Was this helpful so far, y'all? We still got so much to talk about. Oh my God, screenshot. That's a good way to go about it, right? Um, y'all, is this helpful so far, y'all? We still got how to find your space. We still got how to fill your space. We still got so much to talk about. We still got so much to talk about. Is this helpful so far, y'all? Just drop yes or no in the chat if this is helpful. I appreciate it. Thank you. Um, awesome, cool. All right, so now let's go ahead and talk about finding your space, right? Let's go. Y'all sticking with me? Y'all good? It's going by fast. I hope you're going over it again in the 5 days. Now we absolutely are. So Mecca, that's a great question, right? On the 5 days, like think about thank you. Think about it like this, right? All these different components and whatnot that we're talking about, each one is gonna have its own day. So that's why the boot camp is so powerful, right? Perfect. Yolanda, you're in the boot camp, right? You're in the boot camp. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. And for anybody, like I said, who this is might be moving too fast or whatever the case may be, all these things are gonna be all these things are have to drop off. We'll see you soon. See you soon. Have a great night. All these things are gonna be explained in even more detail on the in the boot camp. So make sure you grab your ticket, right? And again, that's myvenueprofit.com. Use code 50. Let me just drop that over for you guys. Perfect. All right, cool. How to find your space, right? So you guys have probably seen the videos before, you probably heard the videos before. Top websites that we utilize to find spaces are loopnet.com, write that down, Crexy.com, write that down, and Craigslist.com. Okay. So shout out Yolanda. Let's get it. Shout out Yolanda. All right. Right. So with that being said, dropping I can't talk and type at the same time. Oh my God. When does the class start? October 6th to 10th. Let's get it. What was the first site? Loopnet.com. Loopnet.com. So let me LoopNet, Crexy. Bro, what? How do I LoopNet, Crexy, Craigslist? Cool. I'm gonna go share my screen anyway with you guys. All right, I'm gonna share my screen. All right, cool. So this is where is it? This is LoopNet. Okay, I have a venue. Okay, cool. Okay, now we can definitely help you turn it up. Let's get it. Brian, I missed the last one. When is the next one? The next one is October 6th to 10th, so in about 2 weeks, right? So go to myvenueprofit.com, use code 50, grab a ticket. Want to see you in there. All right. Okay, so now let me go actually move this chat up. Bada bing, bada boom. Cool. All right, so let's go through how we're gonna find some spaces, right? So now the cool thing about the boot camp is that we're actually going to be finding spaces for all you guys, right? So everybody who's in the boot camp, or my team is actually going to be finding you some spaces on the boot camp so you can go look at them that same week and all that good stuff, right? But I want to show you guys real quick how you're going to go ahead and find it yourself, all right? So let me go ahead and put a location real quick. I'll put Brooklyn, New York. Cool, all right? And let's see what we find, right? So first things first, what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go over to, for lease, it's already set up for lease. I'm going to go to space uses, industrial, retail, restaurant, and flex. Bro, what is going on? Flex. Cool. So screenshot that, recorded it, got it. Thanks. Let's go. Perfect. So blah. So industrial, retail, restaurant, flex. Again, write that down. For rent, what you want to go ahead and do is I like to go ahead and do max $40 a square foot. only because we can negotiate everything, right? So square foot per year, $40 per square foot. Size, I like to do 1,500 to 4,000 square, 5,000 square feet, excuse me. And again, y'all, if I'm moving too fast, don't worry about it. All this stuff is going to be covered in the boot camp anyway. So I just want to make sure that you guys at least have a taste of it so you can move forward, hit the ground running, all that good stuff. Yeah. Cool. So now let's go ahead and see what we got. Cool. 103 results. Okay. Let's see. 1750 Pekin Avenue. I know exactly where this is. Ooh, this is nice. I like this. What y'all think, y'all? Do y'all like this property? I like it. Me personally, I like it. This is fire. This is fire. High ceilings, high ceilings, floor is already done. This is nice. Oh, this is nice. I like this. This would go crazy in an all white. You don't even gotta do the floors. Wow. 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 Okay, cool. So let's talk about how we go about this property. $25 a square foot. $25 a square foot. Wow. 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 Okay, cool. Let me show y'all on IG real quick. My fault. My fault. Boom. Look at that. Look at that. Okay. So now, with that being said, right? Let's go ahead and put that right there. So with that being said, okay, how are we going to go ahead and look at this property, right? How are we going to go ahead and talk to them, right? Well, we're going to call them and we're going to go through a script, right? Cool. Let's go through a script, right? How many people have ever called a space before on their own? Just drop yes or no in the chat. Anybody like call the space on their own? Just drop yes or no. Yes. Okay, cool. Right. Have y'all gotten denied? Have y'all gotten approved? How'd that go? Like how'd that conversation go? Oh, no responses on that. Okay. Denied, no callback. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Okay. So let me, and I got approved, I still need help. Sandra. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this together. So with that being said, I want to give y'all a script, right? I want to give y'all a script that's going to help you guys get more approvals, get more callbacks, and get more appointments. Okay? So let's do it, right? So with that being said, I'm going to introduce myself. Hey, how are you? My name is Brian. I'm interested in 123 Main Street. Is it still available? Right? Cool. Right? They're going to say yes. What type of business are you looking to have? They're always going to ask that. Don't lie, don't be dodgy or anything like that. Yep, we're looking to have a small event-based business to host conferences, occasional baby showers, wedding receptions, things of that nature. Realtor is going to respond, oh, no, I'm sorry, we don't do that type of business. Cool. Most people are going to fall off at that point. Most people are going to be like, I don't want to do that. Most people are going to be like, okay, cool, like they didn't want it. Let me say no, let me move on to the next property. Event space elites venues don't operate that way. So what we say is, okay, can I ask why? I want to get clarity. Why do you feel that way? Okay. Boom, right? Well, say for example, they say it's just too much of a headache. I completely understand. So I'm leveling with them. I completely understand why you would say that, right? At the venue I manage now, when we first started, events used to be such a problem. Now we have new policies in place to make sure we get the right clientele that doesn't bring any of these issues, right? Oh, yeah, what type of policies, right? Well, we don't allow liquor on premises. We shut down before midnight. We have security on premises at every event, and we are fully licensed and insured as well. Okay, I'm gonna run it by the landlord, see what they say. Now, I want you to understand why we said those things, because those are some of the most common objections: liquor, noise, fighting, businesses, licenses, all that good stuff, right? Cool, right? So, okay, I'm gonna run it by the landlord, see what he says. Cool. I'm not gonna take that though. I want to move forward. Somebody drop move forward in the chat, right? Oh, okay, cool. How soon can I see the property? I'm reopening that. How soon can I see the property? Okay. Oh, I can be there tomorrow afternoon. I'm moving fast. I'm moving fast. I'm moving fast and I'm moving forward. Perfect. I'll be there. You just booked your tour. You just literally kicked the door open and said, I'm here. I'm looking at this space. I want this property. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? So I want you to use that script the next time you talk to a realtor, you talk to a landlord, and I want you to let me know how that goes. Okay? So now, once you've seen the property, now it's like, okay, cool. Well, what questions do I ask? All right, y'all. I hope y'all already take notes on this one, right? Now it's like, okay, cool. What do I do now? All right, y'all getting some game? Are y'all learning? Y'all learning? Y'all getting some game? Y'all moving forward? I just want to make sure. Perfect, 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 perfect. Cool. All right. Yes, sir. Yes, sirree. Yes, sir, ski. All right, cool. Perfect. Let's get into it. So now it's like, what questions are we going to ask the landlord, right? We're at the site visit. We're looking at the property. We're looking at this property. We like it. What do we do? What do we ask? What do we say? Okay. So now, number one, what work would the landlord do prior to the tenant moving in? Or is the place delivered as is? I want to know if there's any work that you guys are going to do before I take it. Number two, are any utilities included? Is it just the rent? Or do I just get the place? Or do I get utilities and whatnot, right? What utilities are sub-metered, right? Or does each unit have their own meter? What percentage of taxes will I be responsible for, right? How many months of rent concession is the landlord offering? Right? What was the space used for before? Right? How long did the previous tenant occupy this space? Right? How long was the space vacant? Was it 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 3 months, 2 months? All this stuff helps you negotiate, right? Uh, how long of a lease is the landlord looking to give? Maybe they don't want to do another 5 year lease. Maybe they don't want to do a 7 year lease. Maybe they're doing a 2 year lease. Me personally, I probably wouldn't sign a 2 year lease, right? What is the annual escalation? How much is the rent going to be going up every single month, right? What are the move-in costs, right? How much money do they want up front to take over the property, right? These are some of the questions that you want to ask. Of course, we have an entire list documented and all that good stuff and whatnot. But of course, you want to go ahead. These are the things that you want to start thinking about when you are talking to the landlord. Does that make sense, y'all? Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? You feel me? Gee. You feel me? Let's get it, let's get it, let's get it, let's get it. So now I'm in the property. I'm in the property. I got the property in that nature. I signed the lease, all that good stuff, which of course we're going to talk a lot about this on, in the boot camp and whatnot. Now it's like, okay, cool. I have to do a build out. Somebody put build out in the chat. Now I've got to do a build out. Okay. So how do I do a build out? Well, one of the number one things you want to do is you want to split the money. So say, for example, you got $50,000 in funding. I want to split the money, right? So half, remember this, y'all, it's a rule of halves, two pieces, right? Half is going to go in to moving costs, and the other half is going to go towards furniture and build out. So if I have $50,000 out of $25,000 budget that goes towards moving costs, so first month, last month security, and I've got the other half that's going to go over towards the build out, towards fixing the property, towards furniture, and all that good stuff, right? That's the easiest and simplest way to think about it. Make sense? Let's get it, let's go, let's get it, let's go. And of course, if y'all haven't, again, we are going to be spending a lot of time on this during the boot camp. So if you haven't already, get your ticket. Let me go ahead and drop that link one more time. Use code 50, myvenueprofit.com. Use code 50. 5 days live with myself, with the team, all that good stuff. Let's get it. Let's go. All right. So, how long is each class, each day for the boot camp? 2 hours. Yeah, at least we some days a little longer, but mostly 2 hours. Yeah, and then it's like whole week, right? So make sure you drink your coffee and all that good stuff. Yeah. All right. So, are y'all ready for how to fill your space? Now we've got the property. Now it's time to make money. Somebody put money in the chat. Somebody put money in the chat. Let me get that money on. You feel me? Chee. Yes, Ersky. All right. Everybody drop money bag emojis in the chat real quick. Drop money bag emojis in the chat. I like that. I like that. Let me see the money bag emojis. Drop the money bag emoji. Let's get it. All right. So boom. This is how we're gonna go about this, right? This is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do. So there's two. Excuse me. I'm losing my voice. Sheesh. So there's two ways that we typically market a venue. the ESE way. There's a ton of different ways to market, but there's two ways that we focus on marketing our venues in ESE, Event Space Elites, right? And it's content and ads. Content and ads. Those are the two ways, right? For the purpose, since we have limited time together and whatnot tonight, I'm just going to talk about content. Okay. Does anybody here have a venue? Just drop yes in the chat. I think I saw a couple people on IG had a venue. Does anybody on Zoom have a venue? Okay. Okay. Got one. Okay. Got one. Oh, got two. Okay. Okay, got a couple people with a venue. Okay. Nice, 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 right? Everybody else, we gonna have a venue soon, right? I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Let's get it. Let's go. Cool. So with that being said, the number one thing that you want to go ahead and do soon and very soon, I love it, all right? So one of the biggest things that you want to understand is that there's four different types of content that you want to post. And I want you guys to write this down, right? Behind the scenes, right? Day in the life slash behind the scenes, live events, event setups, trends slash skits. Those are the four different types of content that you want to create for your Instagram, for your venue, right? I'm going to repeat it one more time. Day in the life slash behind the scenes, live events, event setups, trends slash skits. Those are the four different types of content that you want to go ahead and do. So with that being said, what I'm going to go ahead and do, right? Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Appreciate that, right? So what does that typically look like? What does that typically look like, right? So day in the life is just like the name suggests. You're signing your lease. You're going to Home Depot. You're talking to contractors. You're doing open houses. These are things that can go ahead and showcase your venue. And not only that, showcase the person behind the product. Number two is live events, right? When you have your events going on in your venue, now you want to go ahead and showcase that. These are people actually having an event in my venue, right? Number three, with event setups, well, you're setting up for an event, right? You're putting together the backdrop, you're putting together the centerpieces, you're putting together the tablecloths, all these different things, right? Now, with that being said, you want to record that. And those are probably our most popular type of setups, type of content for the venue, right? Number four, trends and skits. Those little sound bites, those little trends and things of that nature, you want to utilize that to your advantage, okay? So I know a lot of people for that might sound a little bit kind of like complicated or anything like that. There is a website that I'm aware of that we know really recommend to people who want to get content done, right? How many people content is kind of tricky, time consuming, it's a lot, right? It's a lot. It's just like, oh my God, can somebody take this off of me, right? Somebody else do this, right? So with that being said, there is a site called Venue Content Engine. Venue Content Engine. What Venue Content Engine does is that they do all the content for you. They do all the content for you. So all you have to do is just send them videos of your space and they create all the content for you. And we have seen up to 1,800% increase in engagement for on that venue content engine. 1,800%. Imagine you get one view, they get 1,800. 1,800% increase on engagement for views. What would y'all do with an 1,800% increase in engagement in views, right? So I'm gonna drop the link for them. This is something that we've used in the past. It's called Venue Content Engine. They create all the content for you. So park that link somewhere, book a call with them. Um, See if it works for you. You know, if you have a venue or you have an up and coming venue and you want to say, hey, look, listen, I don't want to do the content right now. I want to focus on the business. You guys take care of it for right now. Book a call with them and they'll go ahead and showcase and they'll do all the stuff for you, right? So next, with that being said, now when I am going ahead and running my business and having all these different things, right? How do I get leads? How do I get traffic, right? How many people know what a funnel is? Anybody know what a funnel is? Funnel? How many people know what a funnel is? Let me go ahead. IG, I'm gonna close on IG. I'm gonna be on Zoom. I'm gonna be on Zoom. I need my phone back. So let's get it. Let's go. Right. Somebody said like a rabbit hole. That's a good guess, right? So, cool, 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 cool. Let me get my phone. Right. So a funnel is essentially where you're going to go ahead and capture your leads, right? So a funnel is essentially, think about like a landing page, kind of make you more and more interested. Exactly. Yeah. Kind of, sort of, kind of, sort of, kind of, sort of, kind of, sort of, right? So what a funnel essentially does is it warms up your prospects and it gets them to a certain outcome, right? Now, the number one goal for event space is you want people to book tours. Somebody put book tours in the chat, right? You want people to book tours. So with that being said, what we're gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna say, hey, look, listen, this is what our venue looks like. Book a tour. That's it. I'm not showing you about us. I'm not showing you contact us. I'm not showing you any of these other things. All I want you to do is book tours. That's it. That's all I want you to do. So with that being said, what you want to do is you want a software that allows you to book funnels and allows you to go ahead and book tours, right? Now, anybody ever heard of HoneyBook before? Anybody heard of Triple C? Right? A lot of these other softwares and whatnot that venue owners typically use, right? What if I told y'all that there was a software out there that was built by event space owners for event space owners, right? And it's called Venue 360. So Venue 360, let me actually show you guys real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and put it over here for you guys so I can show you guys exactly what it looks like. So Venue 360 was actually built for event space owners by event space owners, right? And the goal with Venue 360 is to book more tours, right? So with that being said, is that ESC? Yeah, right? So we actually have been able to build our own software that works a lot better than these others so that you can go ahead and book more tours, right? So everything from the funnels, the websites, the calendars that you have, if you want to email your team, if you want to text your leads, whatever the case may be, all this stuff is built out for you in Venue 360. So you don't have, if you have a venue, if you want to book more tours, and if you want to basically squeeze more juice and make more money out of it, you can go ahead and book a demo with them right here. Just hit book a demo, and you'll be able to book a consultation with them, right? So let's see. I'm just gonna put it in the chat. Venue 360. Boop. There we go. Cool, 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 cool. Awesome, awesome. Was this helpful, y'all? Was it? I know we've been here for an hour and some change, but was this helpful, y'all? Was it, did this help y'all kind of like move the needle forward? You feel what I'm saying? Let's get it. Let's go. Cool. Perfect. 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 Cool. Again, make sure you guys join us for this boot camp. Join us for this boot camp, right? 5 days, myvenueprofit.com. Use code 50. I'm going to drop the link one more time, myvenueprofit.com. Use code 50. Boom. I'll drop it right here for you guys. Still got some more information for y'all. Still got some more game and all that good stuff, right? What time is the boot camp? The boot camp is 7 p.m. EST every night. All those are going to be recorded. So if you, God forbid, miss a session, we'll go ahead and record it. But we are doing live giveaways. B said I'm in. Let's go. We're doing live giveaways though. And I want to do a giveaway here too. I want to do a giveaway here. I want to do a giveaway here too. So we're gonna do a giveaway here too. Brian, do you give private boot camps? In ESC? In ESC? Yeah, in ESC. Let's get it, let's get it. But one of the biggest things, like I said, get into the boot camp. We're spending 5 days together live with you, with the team, and we're getting this thing done. You feel what I'm saying? Get in the room, get in the room, get in the room. Can I leave y'all with one more framework? Can I leave y'all with one? And everybody who just joined the boot camp, make sure you join the Telegram chat. Join the Telegram chat. You're gonna get a text message to join the Telegram chat. Boop, 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 boop. Interesting. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Cool. Right. But can I leave y'all with one more framework, y'all? I want to leave y'all with one more framework before we close out of here. And it's called Decide, Delete, Deliver. Okay? It's called Decide, Delete, Deliver. Here's the thing, right? At this very point in time, we have two choices, right? We can leave this class that we have right here and just go back to what we were doing before, or we can go ahead and we can move forward. You see what I'm saying? A private boot camp will go crazy if you open up pay for a hold my hand session. I'm crying. Well, we have ESC, right? So ESC, that's where we kind of like hold your hand and things of that nature. It's completely one-on-one. If anybody, if people are interested in ESC, I would say join the boot camp for now. See what at least we have to offer, right? I know a couple of y'all are interested in like that kind of hold your hand. We would love to do that, and we actually do offer that. But I would love to just add more value to you first and show you the boot camp first, right? Let's get it. Let's go. So with that being said, right, it's decide, delete, deliver. Snino said, I'm in. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. So with that being said, right, one of the biggest things at this point that we're here is we have to decide about where we're going, right? Indecision is the enemy of elevation. So we want to make sure that, hey, look, listen, if I'm deciding that I want success, if I'm deciding that I want to go to this next level, I'm deciding that I want my events-based business, well, here's the thing, right? We got to go after it, right? Like there's a story in the Bible with Joshua and Israel, right? Where the people were wavering between serving the idols of Egypt and just y'all messing up my wrist. I'm crying. With that being said, right, we're wavering between worshiping the idols of Egypt and serving the Lord, right? It says the invite link to the Telegram has expired. That's weird because a whole bunch of people just joined. Yeah, a whole bunch of people just joined. I see Mecca in the Telegram chat. I see a bunch of people in the Telegram chat. DM me on Instagram. DM me on Instagram. I'll send it to you. If you have an issue with the Telegram chat, DM me on Instagram. I'll send it to you directly, right? If you just bought a ticket and you have an issue with the Telegram, DM me. I'll send you a link directly. It should work because I see people from here on the Telegram chat, but wait, we'll get to it, right? We'll get to it. We'll get to it. But cool. So where was I? I was telling a Bible story. Yeah, there we go. Right. So Joshua stood before Israel, right? They're looking between the gods of the idols of Egypt and worshiping God, right? And Joshua declared, choose for yourselves this day whom you will serve, but for as for me and my household, we will serve the Lord. Right? So here's the thing, right? When he made that decision for himself, he's not just only making that decision for himself, he's making that decision for him, his household, and the nation. Because guess what? People are going to go ahead and follow him. Right? So that sets the tone. You have to understand it's kind of like when you wake up in the morning and you choose to either like freaking be on your phone or be productive. That sets the tone for the rest of the day. You can't we can't be stuck. We're not stuck because of the devil. We're not stuck because of lack of opportunity. We are stuck because of delay. Every single successful person that I know has always moved forward because they execute fast. Somebody put fast in the chat for me. Somebody put fast in the chat for me. You got to understand, if you are praying for these signs and you are asking for these opportunities, well, guess what? When you get them, you got to move fast on them. You can't just I'll be out here thinking like, oh my God, I'm gonna think about it, I'm gonna sit on it, I'm gonna this, I'm gonna that. Because guess what? Bible says a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Like, would you want lack of stability in your life? Would you want lack of stability in any part of your life? So why are you allowing it for your decision making? Right? A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Everything will change for you once you start to make the decisions like a CEO, like an entrepreneur, like a boss, like somebody who knows that this is what they want, right? Some of y'all don't need another confirmation. You don't need another sign. You don't need another flag in the earth or whatever the case may be. You just got to decide. That's it. And once you do, at that point, now it's time to delete. How many people know what bandwidth is? Does everybody know what bandwidth is? Like, you know, when your phone be like, hey, you ran out of storage, you're out of bandwidth, you're out of memory. We as human beings operate the same way. We as human beings operate because here's the thing, right? What you delete determines what you can download, right? If you are focusing on all these other things that no longer serve you, how can you make room for the things that will serve you better at a higher calling? Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? I hope I could be a vessel for somebody tonight. I hope I could be a vessel for somebody tonight. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Set your DM on IG perfect. I hope I could be a vessel with somebody tonight, right? Because here's the thing, right? Here's the thing, right? We cannot put new wine in old wineskins. We can't keep operating with the same hard drive. Why you think nobody got an iPhone 6? Why you think nobody got an iPhone 5? It's not gonna work no more. It's not gonna work no more. I mean, I got the iPhone 13, but even them, they're like, oh, well, you gotta upgrade to this, you gotta upgrade to that. Why? Because of bandwidth. Somebody put upgrade in the chat. It's time to upgrade. That's it. It's time to upgrade. Bible says throw off everything that hinders. You got friends in your life who don't even support your endeavors. You probably got family in your life that don't even support your endeavors. You got people holding you back, and then you wondering why you don't got room for these new things because you're clinging on to the old. What are we talking about? Right? The moment you delete those old habits, the moment you delete those old friends, the moment you delete all those naysayers, that's now when you have more bandwidth for the people in your life who that's going to come up and change things for you. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Is this making sense so far, y'all? Is this making sense? I just want to make sure this is making sense. Perfect. So then the last step is simple, right? The last step is simple. The last step is to deliver. Because you don't rise to your goals, you fall to your systems, you fall to your standards, right? Here's the thing, it goes back to David and Goliath. David rose. David rose. He said, "This is what I'm going to do." He delivered, he didn't just believe privately, he declared publicly. He showed up when other people didn't. He stepped up when other people didn't, and he matched his faith to action. That was happening. That's why the giant fell. So here's the thing, right? Like, and again, Bible says, whatever you do, do it with all your heart, right? Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and He will establish your plans. So if I already prayed for these things, why am I not going to deliver on them? It's like you being surprised when your Amazon package come through. You bought this, silly. Like, what are we talking about? So I just wanted to leave y'all with this, where it's just kind of like you don't need another plan, you don't need another prayer, you don't need another layer of manifestation or whatever the case may be. You just need to make a decision. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? I just hope I added some value to y'all tonight, y'all. I know I kept y'all for an hour and a half, but did I just want to make sure that I added some value. I sold now because you talking Bible. Hey man, I'm a man of God and I'll always be a man of God. You feel me? But was this helpful, y'all? Was this helpful? If this was helpful, make sure y'all join us on this boot camp. October 6th to October 10th is just a couple weeks away. We are here to go ahead and get this done. 5 days you are going to literally spend with us, and we're going to knock this out. If you didn't get the Telegram chat for whatever reason or whatever, or you bought your ticket, just shoot me a quick DM. I'll send you over the Telegram link, and I want to make sure you get into the room. But other than that, I want to give away some money. Can I give away some money, y'all? Let's give away some money, right? Does everybody here have Instagram? I want to be in my own space and next year this time comes. You could be there way sooner than that. Way sooner than that, mama. So this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do, right? I want y'all to just take a quick little story post like this. Like you can do a little boomerang or a quick little story post or whatever the case may be, just like this. And then just tag me on Instagram and just be like, had a great class or class sucked, whatever it is that you want to say, whatever it is that you want to say. But just post a quick story on your Instagram. I'm right here. My name on Instagram. That's a great question. What is my name on Instagram, right? At the Brian Waldron. That's my name on Instagram. It's my name at the Brian Waldron, right? So go ahead, just do a quick story. I'll give y'all a minute, right? And then I'm gonna go through all my tags and I'm gonna pick 3 people and I'm gonna cash out each one of y'all, right? So you gotta move fast. You gotta move fast. You gotta move fast. You gotta move fast. I'm about to check my story tags real quick. Oh, that's a lot of stories I mentioned me already. Sheesh. Right? Sheesh. So once y'all tag me, I'm gonna see them. Once you did, just comment done real quick, actually. You're supposed to tag them and say whatever you want. Say, hey, I had a great class. Hey, I learned so much. Hey, this was the worst class I ever saw in my life. Whatever it is you want to say, just go ahead and just post something on Instagram, right? It's that simple. Don't overthink it. Whatever the case may be. Once you're done, just comment done. I'm gonna pick 3 people. Let me see. It's 8:27 on the East Coast. At 8:29, I'm gonna pick 3 people. So you got 2 minutes real quick. 8:29. Well, damn, it's 8:28 already. Once you've done it, just comment done, right? The IG page, I just dropped it. It's at the Brian Waldron. Here we go. At the Brian Waldron. Mecca said she's done. Speed. Speed. Speed, right? I'm picking 3 people. Clock. Mecca said clock it. You hear me? Yeah. Hear me. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's go. 8:28. We got 1 more minute. We got 1 more minute. Brittany said done. Justin said done. Cool. It's 8:28. Patricia said done. We got 1 more minute. So I'm gonna go through all the stories and I'm gonna pick a random three people. Don't hate me if I didn't pick. I'm going through random. I'm just random, right? 8:28. Let's see, we probably got like 30 seconds left. Sandra said done. Kiera said done. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Let's get it, let's get it, let's get it. All right, cool. Cool, cool. Let's see, let's get it, let's get it, let's get it. Done, done, done. All right, it's 8:29. If you're doing it, wrap it up real quick. Wrap it up, wrap it up, wrap it up. I'm about to pick. I'm about to pick. I'm about to pick. I'm about to pick. Okay? I'm about to pick. If you done, are y'all ready? Can I pick three winners real quick? And now here's the thing. I'm gonna say the IG name. I'm gonna say the IG name, and then y'all gonna tell me who it is. And then I'm gonna ask for your Cash App, and I'm gonna send it to you right here, right now. All right? Let's get it. Let's go. All right. Boom. Boop, boop, boop. Oh, whoopsie. There we go. Choo choo. All right. Oh my God. Why does this thing keep going away? All right. So I got 50 event space. Who's 50 event space? Drop your Cash App. Who's 50 event space? Let's go. 50 event space. Let's see. I got Kiera Rajane. That's two. That's two. I'm gonna pick one more. So if we got 50 event space, we got Kiera Rajane. So that's two. Okay, Kiera, drop your Cash App. Drop your Cash App real quick. I'm gonna send you something. Wow! Boop. I'm gonna send you something real quick. I feel like some people tag the wrong name because I don't see some people. But hey, look, listen. Let's get it. Let's get it. 50 event space. That's you, Justin? That's you? All right, boom. All right, perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, so drop your Cash App. So I got Justin's Cash App. I got Kiera. I need your Cash App too. Kiera just dropped the Cash App. All right, boom. I'm gonna refresh one more time. I'm gonna pick the last winner. I'm gonna pick the last winner. All right. Oh, what? I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing the greatest Mecca. I guess that's you, Mecca. That's you. Drop your Cash App. Drop your Cash App. I'm sending you something right now. I'm sending you something. Just a little, just a little. You know what I'm saying? Know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I'm sending you a little something. All right, boom. Let me get out these Cash Apps real quick. I see Justin Jones, one, two, three. Everybody, drop some fireballs for our winners real quick, though. You know, we gotta clap for each other. We gotta clap for each other. You feel me? We gotta clap for each other. Boom. All right, so let's get it. Where's my? I'm just sending this. Boom. Cash out 1 cent. Justin, you just got that Cash App. Buy yourself, I don't know, some groceries. I don't know. Buy yourself some groceries. All right, boom. I gotta do one more. Well, I gotta do two more. I'm so sorry. I don't know why I can't spell right now. Boom, 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 boom. Kiera Bell got it. She said, clock it. Let's get it. Let's go. I like to do these things ASAP because I don't want to forget, right? And then somebody say, hey, B ain't send no bread. I ain't doing all that. You feel me? You feel me? You feel me? All right. And then I got Mecca P21. Mecca P21. But boom, boom, boom. This account is a scam. Nah, I'm playing with you. I'm playing with you. I'm playing with you. I'm playing with you. Let's get it. Let's go. All right, boom, boom, boom. Sent that over. All right, y'all just got your Cash Apps. Don't spend it all in one place. You feel me? We go ahead. We did that. We did that. We did that. We did that. Yo, make sure y'all make some noise. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. No worries. No worries. No worries. Let's see. I received this here at the boot camp. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Y'all, I hope y'all have a great night. I know I kept y'all here super, super light. I know I kept out here super, super long, but hey, look, listen, I just hope it was valuable, y'all. Cannot wait to see y'all in the boot camp. Can't wait to see all the other